Hey, Rick, who's your championship pick?
Here's our fade.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. From the back row, lead play-by-play.
All right. So is this championship pick, are you guys going to say that I'm Rick Allening this person?
We don't have to say it. You're physically doing it.
So I can't hear what anybody else is saying because you have
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I will say that this will be a repeat champion. Kyle Larson wins the title.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kyle.
This might be where Rick loses. Remember, the Rick Allen came on a Kyle Larson win. So if he picks him and he wins, is that like the mirror shattering? Is that like the third dimension?
I think it's over until it happens. Until he does it again, I think you can't use the Rick Allen.
I agree. I think the quote of the Rick Allen hangs in the balance of Kyle Larson's success.
Experience the thrill of the racetrack like you're in the driver's seat with DraftKings Sportsbook. Bet on your favorite racers and feel the rush of every pass, pit stop, and victory like never before. Right now, new customers can turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets. Bet 5 on anything to score big no matter what goes down on the track. The round of 4 is set, and even though a champion will be crowned on the racetrack, anyone could win the race. Teams will put it all on the line, so be sure to tune in to our 5 bets to watch before placing your bets. With props, parlays, and more, there'll be racing action all week long. The racing action doesn't stop till the checkered flag drops. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and join with code DMD. New customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. That's code DMD, only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
All right, let's get back to these picks. Harvick and Reddick, the professor's giving us some Harvick information. Truex and Briscoe, you're not excited for any of these. Gibbs, Almirola, Keselowski, Buescher, Elliott, Busch. There's a good one. Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch.
I'd avoid it. I think it's a Chase Elliott by a hair. How do you want to look at this, though, Stevie? That's another question. How are you looking at this? Is it just straight? You want to compare against New Hampshire, Gateway, Richmond, Phoenix, just Phoenix?
Yeah, sure. Put them all in there for some of these. I got the real one we have to talk about.
Okay.
There's one matchup on here. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I would just say that it's Chase Elliott by a hair.
And Chop ain't doing that. So here we go, Chop. Here's the board. Hamlin, Logano.
That's Hamlin. I honestly think he's going to win this week.
You think Hamlin's going to be the first non-championship 4 to win?
I love the plus 2,200. I'm going to hammer it to win, even though it goes against all the,
It's one of those you're okay with being wrong because the value of being right would be a story forever. Is that true? I mean, let's just be honest, right? This is kind of one of those that lose a couple units, 4 units. It's water under the bridge. But if you did hit it right, this is why when you walk through the casino, you put a big stack on a number on the roulette table. Because if it ever hits, you'll tell the story for a decade.
Yeah, the flyer.
And Chop is up on the year, so it's like he can throw a few units, and it's not gonna be a problem.
Yeah, that's a 5-unit Hamlin to win at plus 2,200. That's my pick to win this week. Look at this. Look at the professor shake his head.
No way.
So let's listen. We don't love the head-to-heads. Do we have any groups we love? I mean, we're not doing Larson, Blaney, Byron. You're avoiding all those. Harvick, Reddick, Hamlin, Logano.
Byron Bell.
I mean, that's a championship matchup. You're just going to bet to win the race, right? I mean,
right.
Group B.
Hold on a second, though.
Hold on.
So, Larson versus Bell. Bell's plus 165. He just finish ahead of Larson. Is that something with plus 165 you would take a look at?
I'm not touching these 4. I'm just not.
And why even? I mean, that's going to be the whole thing, though. You got it.
Yeah.
Would you, Chop?
Yeah, I would. What's the odds?
Plus 165. Bell has to beat Larson.
I think that aside from Hamlin winning, obviously Larson's going to win or be last, right? I mean, that's been his modus operation all year. But 165 is pretty good to beat one guy.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I would take 165 really basically any matchup in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
I mean, there's just not enough. Anything can happen. Top Chevy Larson, top Toyota Bell. At 800.
So, I mean, at that point,
you basically need Larson to outrun Byron. If you think they're going to run 1 through 4, you need Larson to outrun Byron.
And at 800, it's worth it.
I don't like the next one with top 4 Logano, because last year Blaney could have easily passed Logano in the end of this race, and he chose not to. And there's no way Logano's passing him this year. Same reason I don't like the next one.
Of course, Blaney's been a lot better too lately.
Oh yeah, he's going to be fast.
Aside from that, yeah.
Both top 5 Blaney and Bell. Both top 3 Larson and Byron. I actually like the top 5 of Blaney and Bell better, because Larson, to your point, it could be first or a big number.
Yeah, Blaney and Bell on their own, top 5. Blaney is minus 280. Bell is minus 150.
I like Blaney and Bell both in the top 5, just because I think that's where they're going to all be stacked in there. I think we're in for, and this is going to sound cliche, but I think we're in for a great moment where whoever does it's going to have to be at their best. Like, there's no layups. I think they're going to run up front all day long. It's going to come down to a moment. It's either going to come down to a restart or a pit cycle. My concern is this. So here's my handicapping of the whole thing. I would wait for qualifying. Whoever's in pit stall 1, I think instantly has a huge advantage, because we have seen that's how Larson won his championship. When I look at the pit crews, I think Larson and Byron have the 2 best of the 4. I think Larson has more firepower than Byron to have the game-changing stop. The weakest pit crew, more out of consistency, is the Bell pit stops. But I think he's going to qualify the best. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this all stacks out. Because Larson won his championship on Saturday when he sat on the pole and given pit stall 1, and then he went 3rd to 1st on the final pit stop and was never passed again. So we could, because here's the simple fact: you would take any of these drivers, Larson, Bell, Byron, and Blaney. The driver isn't going to give this up. You know what I mean? Like these guys are going to be on their absolute game. If they have a car that drives good and they get track position, they're going to be shot out of a cannon. That's kind of my 2 cents of what we're going to see.
And remember, we have real practice this week too.
An hour on Friday.
What are we going to see from a pit stops, fuel, tires, kind of crew chief mode? What are we looking at, Steve?
There's just not a lot of tire fall off here. I mean, you're going to pit, and 2 tires doesn't give you a lot of time. Maybe a Hail Mary if you're the 5th guy and you have to try to be the leader. If I'm the 5th of the championship, if I'm 5th in the race, 4th of the championship 4, and we get a late pit stop, I might take 2 tires just to see if it somehow magically works. But it's going to be 4 tires. Not every pit stop, but if there's any sort of green flag run, you'll come and just take tires.